Hi guys, Artiar here. So today we'll be talking about the current states of Dislyte. So if you are a Dislyte player, you probably already know what are we going to talk about. And today, this video here is not just me. I also invited Ggez, which is another Dislyte content creator, to discuss this together. I did saw that you made a video about like the Dislyte revenue stuff, right? And then you talk a lot of like the key point of the current game of the state, which I pretty much agree with it. Few things you point out in your game, in your video, I think the first one is like no new gameplay, which I pretty much agree, because like I don't know when is the last time there's actually a new perma event. Like I think all the new event is like event based, right?
Yeah, so the semi-perma thing that we have right now is the, every event we have the towers that you climb. I think the 60 floors, but it's not really perma because sometimes some updates we don't have that. I think the real perma event that we have is the last one isn't it like Falsetto Fantasy?
Yes, I think it's Falsetto Fantasy. Probably Shadow Glow. If you want to consider Shadow Glow as a new boss, change the model.
Yeah. So it's not really Neo or something. Yeah. More like Yingdong, where they changed the boss or something.
So I think this part here, I did give some idea to them, like private message. So I think they actually wasted a lot of opportunity, which is like probably they should actually rotate the Falsetto Fantasy bosses. Like they have so many good bosses in event type, like Torch Dragon, the Octopus, Proteus or something like that. Then the Lost Sand Eagle. There's so many good bosses, right? Then if that's the case, how do you think they should actually implement to make it into a perma event?
I think, like you said, they could cycle the bosses. Like for example, this patch, we have the 3 current bosses, and then the next patch you can bring the new bosses that you mentioned, the one that we have in the events, or maybe they could also use the bosses that we got in the first season of Celestial Anomaly. That one was also quite fun. I think one thing they missed on is the fact that we don't have a content that includes resonance for the enemies or divinate. For example, the towers that we have right now in the game, they are all R0 characters, right? But they have bumped up stats, where they could have made a new content where the enemies also has resonance. It could be a little bit annoying, where if we are facing off against R6JJ or something. But it could, what they could do is they could do that, give the enemy resonance, and then also bump up the stats. But one thing I don't want them to do is make them time gated. For example, if they make the content that is really difficult and you have to clear it within 1 month, otherwise it resets, that's not going to be a good idea.
So it's like chaos.
If it's a really hard, difficult PvE content, it has to be available throughout the game, a permanent thing.
Tower content, but I think one of the problem or one of the thing they don't really want to step out, I think it's the difficulty. Because if not mistaken, like player actually complain like this is too hard or something like I can't clear this content, something like that. So I think that because of that, from the previous experience, they are not willing to risk out to higher difficulty.
I think the problem with that is that because again, like I said, the difficult content was time gated. So new players that didn't have the characters, they needed to wail on the new current character. The first season of the problem, if you remember the first season of Celestial Anomaly, if you did not have Mateo, you could not compete at all in the current boss. Because Mateo's damage proc with his passive added more stacks to the boss. If you remember.
The specific specific Esper gets some buff.
Mateo was over buff in that event. If you did not have Mateo, you could not compete at all. And the event was time gated. You had to clear it within that specific month. They could also do something different where this one Esper has the combined skills of other Espers. For example, maybe, but if they do that, it could be a little bit annoying. For example, if you fight a R6JJ that has a skill of, so maybe JJ with the passive of Zihi, so that way you cannot cheese it with Elif or something. I don't know. But it could be really annoying though if they do that.
Then the second point is like the end game PvE hard lock thing about like the leaderboard, right? I think they actually wanted to do action, which is one of the patch note. They revert it, but one of the patch note is like they want to reset the leaderboard, right? The PvE leaderboard. Then the community is like very sensitive to it because now they have to like redo everything, like the slow turn everything. That's the reason why they revert it and not reset the leaderboard. But if they don't reset the leaderboard, everything is locked. But if they reset the leaderboard, then all the probably most of the PvE player that spend hours or days to get the record, then they will be actually mad about the reset.
Yeah, I think the main reason why people got mad with it because they wanted to reset it every single patch, whereas they could have done it every major patch, like for example 3 to 4 months resets, right? Because if you reset it every single patch, the players would have to spend like almost an entire day of game time to get all of the scores back that they did in the first place.
Yeah. It's too many
Like
stamina consumption and time.
Yeah. I think it's over like 20,000 if you consider all of the bosses. Because like 3 turns Chronos is... myself, I've not gotten 3 turns Chronos on any of the accounts, which is the best I have. Like rank... right now 3.2 is like rank 30 plus, I think.
Is it? Let me check mine. I got like 3.4 if not mistaken. 3.3, I'm rank 15. Then another thing is like the repetitive event. So like we already know every patch like what is coming soon. We all know that, oh, it's gonna be like the event based thing, the rate up, some mini event, and then new Esper. I think the most highlight point on the new version preview is just going to be the new Esper. So is the repetitive event able to like change it? Because I think a lot of gacha games also have like this kind of repetitive event, but with new kind of mini game in it.
Yeah, they did change like the reincarnation tower. I think that one was fine. It was pretty fun, but the problem with Dislyte is the repetitive event is really boring. Daily content, whereas other games you have other bosses, right? Even if it's repeating, it's still sometimes decent, and sometimes other games they have co-op contents. Co-op is a hit or miss. Most of the time it's gonna be a miss, but if you can make it fun, co-op content is they can work in the game. Yeah, like I said, for Dislyte, it has repetitive, boring contents, which is daily contents.
Yeah.
And some of them, it's not even gameplay. It's just spinning for something, right?
Spinning for something, or you just set up your team like the Doom Days. What's that called? Abyssal Trial. You set up the team and then you set up the buff.
Yeah.
Memory Reef. I think Memory Reef is one of the most repetitive event because you just set up and then you have to make it auto for like 60 floor.
Yeah.
Then Blitz every day. Then the other one, too many premium Esper, which I agree, which is like the Keepsake Esper and also the Nocturn Echo. But I think one of the majority of the reason now, because they rely on the Keepsake Esper to earn.
Yeah, they can't really spam Wishstones anymore unless they go crazy and spam like a bunch of really OP Wishstones units. But because they have that really long period within the time that they didn't release any good Wishstone unit, after R6 Elite.
Yeah.
Now everyone has like over 1,000 Wishstones, so they would need to release like 2 to 3 really broken R6 Wishstones unit in order to deplete everyone's Wishstones, right? So I think it kind of makes sense that they are spamming this Keepsake Espers, but at the same time, Keepsake Esper is just garbage, man. I don't know. What do you think of Keepsake Espers?
I think Keepsake Esper is okay when the first copy, but other copy, it should be every Esper should be able to repel, like Suje. I think Suje, Yukine, and the other, as long as they are able to repel, I don't think the community have a lot of problem with it. They don't really complain a lot with it because they know they can repel it. They know they can slowly gather the repel boxes, or probably day by day they'll get the result. But for Keepsake Esper, the biggest problem is sometimes if you're so unlucky, you probably even don't get one copy. So let's say you even just get one copy, and we know Dislyte, they are reso based. So if you really want to fully enjoy that character, it's either you will, or either no, there's no other way. There's only will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem is that I think the keepsake system itself is okay, but the not able to sticker part is not okay.
Yeah.
Or you think you should actually just remove the keepsake thing, the whole thing?
I would prefer if it wasn't in the game, because again, it brings up my fourth point, which is the zero summoning experience. But it is still a pretty decent way for you to get an R0 of a character, almost guaranteed.
Yes.
But sometimes you get really unlucky. You would have to spend some crystals on the plaza, right?
Yep.
But you know what's crazy? My account and my guildmate's account, I got the current Keepsake Esper Tetsuya by the end of this patch, because I hit full pity
What?
on every single keepsake. And then my guildmate's account, he logged into his account to buy the pack. And I did my summons for him, and guess what? I did all of the summons, and I hit full PT on his account too.
Wait.
So I pulled one copy of Tetsuya after he bought the pack. So, yeah, keepsake is so boring, man. When you summon for it, it doesn't feel good. When you get the unit, it feels forced, because you need to pull the units you need to pull the unit 8 times. Like, how is that fun?
I think why keepsake came out is like they all become the one generous changes is the wish pool summon, which you can specifically use like 70 discount wish stone or 100 wish stone previously to like instantly R6 one specific Esper, and they give like the wish stone fairly easy to actually get it compared with other gacha game. When you want to max a Wishstone Esper, it's actually a lot easier. So I think because of that, their revenue went down. So they need another way to earn money, though they release Keepsake.
I brought that up too in my previous video. The Wishstone system is one of the best free-to-play feature in any gacha game, really. When a new character releases, as a free-to-play, if you've saved up for about a few months, you can R6 a new character just like that, without spending anything. You don't even need to summon, right?
Yeah, just gather the currency Wishstone.
And then also, it doesn't help that Lilith, for a very long period of time, they did not release any new good Wishstone unit after like R6 release, because people were complaining that they couldn't get all of the new units, right?
Yeah, then another thing is like the Nocturn Echo. So Nocturn Echo is coming soon, and then the new vision preview, we already can see that the new Utu, it seems like Sig is only able to redeem from the shop. I think at least for the Nocturn Echo, you are able to pick you want Utu or you want Sig or probably the other meta Esper. Then you can use Nexus Crystal to summon.
Damn, that sucks.
That sucks.
I want it would be better if like both of them is in the banner, because you have to think about it. If a new player comes to the game, they summon on this banner and they see one unit in the banner.
Okay.
What would you think? Like they summon and they get that one unit, is that gonna help their account at all?
But they wanted that unit because they want to summon.
Yeah, but as a new player, you can't really go off by one unit.
Yeah.
A better feature would be if they added some other unfeatured units in the banner. They get, maybe they get the new unit, or they get some of the unfeatured, and then when they pull 100 times, they also get the new unit as well. That way you also retain the summoning experience, and also as a new player, you not only get away with one of the current new unit, you also can have a chance of getting away with the other unfeatured.
So you mean the 100 summon is guaranteed to get the Umbra Esper?
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. I see where you get the idea from. 7 Deadly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always go back to 7 Deadly Sins, because this game has a lot of flaws, but they did a lot of things good. So I try to implement all of the good stuff that 7 Deadly Sins has to Dislyte. Hopefully they catch up on it.
Yeah, I recall that the system, like when they release an anniversary unit, then there's like 100, then you give you one unit, then 300 give you one unit to pick, something like that. Yeah, okay. Yeah. If that's the case, I think it's actually a good implement, because I thought what you mentioned is like 50-50. So if I lose the 50-50, I feel bad.
Oh.
Then the next rate up is 100%. Then that's like Hoyo, which I don't really want that to happen.
No, not like that.
So it's like a milestone thing. But then I think that they also need to apply the limited Esper, Suje, all this thing, to have a perma way for us to get.
Yeah, I think what they could do is maybe right now they do like the Umbra banner every 3 or 4 months, right?
4 patch.
Yeah, 4 patch. So what they could do is during the dead patches in between, like maybe 2 months after the Umbra banner, they could make a dedicated banner that only has the meta espers. So if you choose to summon for it, you can get some of the meta espers. You get lucky, maybe you can pull meta era or something like that. But the banner itself will have the meta espers, and maybe you can add some of the espers as well as rate up.
So it's like Nocturn Echo but meta, the limited Esper series.
Yeah.
How about the summoning pool? I mean like the currency. What is the currency should be?
I guess you could just use Go Records, because right now Go Records is pretty useless. I guess the better way to do this is to add them to the Go Record for a specific time during that event, and then if you summon, you have a chance to get them.
Oh yeah, another thing, the Nocturn Echo. I think they really need to add the Nocturn Echo, not time limited. I mean like the what's that called? The Echo Disc, Umbra Disc, yeah, Umbra Disc, the permanent one, to our current game. Like there's so many things that's not updated, like in terms of tower content. The reward wise is always going to be the same, right? They should add some of the reward inside the tower monthly content, or probably our leaderboard content, as some of the Umbra disc, or even Umbra fragment for us to gather, or else like we have to just gather. For my case now, at least for my experience now, previously I can just summon whenever I want, because that's what Dislyte trying to bring out, which is Dislyte trying to be a game that doesn't want us to hot stuff, so you can actually summon whatever you want, so you can get the wish stone and wish the specific Esper on the banner, which is a very good design. But now the problem is since Umbra, I have not summoned anything with my Nexus Crystal, because I just want to save them all into Umbra.
I agree. I think what they should do with Nocturn Echo is we should always have the Nocturn Echo pool up at all times. So right now they are cycling the Nocturn Echo pool every 4 months, right?
Yeah.
So when they release the Nocturn Echo, the banner should be up for maybe all 4 of the months, or maybe 3 out of 4 of the months. So that way you have players that can save up all the way to the end of the Nocturn Echo pool to decide whether they want to summon for the current Nocturn Echo pool or the next one. Because right now we have 3 months of nothing.
Yeah.
So if a player wanted to go for seed, they have to
Wait for 4 months.
yeah, they have to wait for all 4 of the months, or they have to decide on the specific month that seed came out. They couldn't wait until the next Nocturn Echo unit comes out.
Yeah, I don't get it why they just like add it into with Shimmer Record together, or like something like Shimmer Pool. They are at the same rarity. Then why not just make it like Shimmer Pool is permanent, and then just leave it aside. We get some perma. Ether D is probably lesser, because for a higher tier leaderboard we get the currency pretty easier, but probably the Umbra one is more rare, but we can still get it through event. I think that's actually the best solution for the currency in terms of Nocturne, the Umbra situation, because I think Umbra introduction actually make a lot of player quit.
Yeah, the revenue like went down like crazy.
Revenue went up for 1 month. The anniversary went up for 1 month.
I think it was specifically for meta era, because a lot of people wail for R4 meta era, right? And after that it went down.
Yeah, also for the paid event, the more you spend, the more reward you get.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. You can get a free, or not really free, but a meta Esper, right?
Yeah, the meta Esper or Suje, Slon, the one that they miss, they're gonna like wail on it. Then what is your experience of the current RTA? I think for the PvP players, actually waited for this event for very long. So what is your experience on the Summit Arena?
I honestly, I have not given it one go because the moment I read the bugs in the Discord, I could not be bothered to touch it.
So you
But
didn't play at all?
I did not play at all. I didn't even do the dailies.
Oh.
But my previous RTA game, which was like, I don't know, more than 6 months ago, my experience back then was already pretty bad because Dislyte's units, they mostly adhere to or address to AFK gaming, where the players don't really need to do anything and the unit itself just does everything for you. For example, you have Momo. You don't even need to play the game. You click auto and Momo does everything for you. If the enemy acts outside of their turns, Momo counterattacks for you. The other unit is going to be Suizai. If the enemy attacks you, you have a 100% chance of counterattacking. So you don't have to do anything. The prime example is going to be Wuyu. You can't even play the unit, and the unit plays itself. So you have 0 player input in a PvP game, a PvP marketed game. So
Wait, is Dislyte PvP marketed?
not really. What I meant was the PvP game mode.
Yeah, true. Because I think it's because of the knockout. The knockout thing make like there's a lot of the Esper design are made to be auto friendly.
Yeah. It's knockout and also beatbout because beatbout is also
Like auto friendly, so they made a lot of the Esper very auto friendly. So all you need to do, like for example Tetsuya, you can't even target the one that you want other than the placement. But after that, you can't even target what you want to target. Just like place. Yeah. You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. I thought you can control his targeting.
You can control by positioning, like just like slot 3, fierce slot 3. After that, after the slot 3 die, it will kill from 1, 2, then 4, 5. So like if you manual by yourself, if you want to hit the first slot, so let's say you want to hit the 5th slot after the 3rd slot die, then Tetsuya will not listen to you, it will go hit the 1st slot.
No, what the hell?
Yeah, that's very... Tetsuya is the first Esper that won't listen to what you're trying to do. Even in Point War or RTA, Tetsuya will just do whatever based on the position. After the position die, then it will start from 1, 2, then continue.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I thought the passive was just to make it so that he works on auto, but I guess he doesn't work on manual then.
No, even manual, he don't listen to you. You target 5th slot, you press S1, he go hit the 1st slot.
So basically, he's a unit that you either choose to use S3 or S1. That's it. There's no other.
Yes, he won't listen to you. What makes you play Dislyte? Like why did you play Dislyte? Okay, so let's say for my case, I play Dislyte because I get attracted by the art design. I don't even know it's a PvP oriented or PvE oriented. I just play it because it's an art design.
Okay, so I played Dislyte because I used to like Summoner's War, and Dislyte was basically a copy of Summoner's War but better, right? Yeah, it didn't have a lot of the pay-to-win features that Summoner's War have, and also the characters are easier to get. And what kept me playing the game for a very long time was because of False Auto Fantasy. I like this type of bosses where you have unlimited possibilities that you can use. But after they release R4 Meta Era, you can check my channel. I have not posted, or I haven't regularly posted new units to be used in False Auto Fantasy after R4
I saw
Meta
that.
Era. Because R4 Meta Era just completely killed the game for me for False Auto Fantasy. If you don't have an R4 Meta Era, you are completely locked out of new strategies for Forbiter, for Sonica, and also Dark Starlight as well. And for Forbiter, the difference between having R4 Meta Era and not having R4 Meta Era is like 200 million. And yeah, same for other bosses as well. For other bosses, like 50 to 100 million.
Let's say they actually make the Meta Esper easier to obtain, let's say through Ripple. Then do you think it will save the passion? Like for versatile fantasy building?
Yes.
If Meta Era R4 is easier to get for everybody, it's actually better.
Yeah. Because right now, you would have to wait for God knows how long for you to have a chance to get R4 Meta Era.
Yep.
R4, I'm going from R2 to R4 Meta Era, and I don't know when I'm gonna get it. Because next patch, I'm not gonna get it. It costs 120,000 crystals to get even one copy of R4, to get Meta Era alone. so I need 240,000 crystals to get my last 2 copies.
And that's not even like RNG, right? You can't even like, oh, I get early and then
Yeah,
you get a
that's it.
surprise, boom.
Yeah, if you put Meta Era in the Nocturn Echo pool, then you have a chance of pulling her. So you can get lucky, maybe not get lucky, but you know, there is a possibility that you don't have to spend 240,000 crystals to get 2 copies of her.
Yeah, R4 Meta Era is like a major power creep from the anniversary. Because there's actually a lot of new Esper that we consider them as useless, all because they can't fit into the PvE Faceto Fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. Like for example, the Shark Dude is actually pretty good. He is one of the hardest hitting nuker in the game if you have R6 of the new unit, Ryota. But he's kind of useless because he doesn't fit in any of the content outside of maybe Shadow Gale. And for Shadow Glow, you have Lapis, which is better. For Yinglong, you can use the Shark Dude, but it's pretty much the same as other units that you can use, right?
Yeah.
So there's not much use for the new Shark Dude. Even though he's pretty good for his nukes.
I really think they need to make, like, as you mentioned, new game mode, but more mechanic for us to use the Esper we have. Like, there's a lot of Esper they design with good design, but we just can't use them because there's no suitable content for us to actually use them. Like, they just keep releasing Esper, new kit, looks interesting on paper, but unusable for us because the boss is not usable for them.
Yeah. I think it was my second point, where endgame PvE is hardlock.
Yeah.
Tetsuya would be good to use if one of my points was implemented, where the points that you can gain from the Ritual Miracle can give you more points if you nuke the boss. If you use Tetsuya in APAP and you do like 5 million damage, that will give you more points than a full fast clear, for example. So that way Tetsuya can be usable from his nukes alone, not from the fast clears, right?
Yeah, true. Because like Tetsuya is not weak, just that we have better. It was like speed running the bosses or doing more damage on the PvE content. We have better unit that can suits to the position. So based on the current state of Dislyte, what do you think about how long can the game survive, you think? Or is the game actually dying, or you think it's still okay just by maintaining, if they just keep on maintenance mode like this, repetitive event, new Esper?
I think if they keep this up, maybe at most the game has 1 year left. From my previous experience, a game that I played, Naruto Blazing, they went end of service when they had around roughly 200 to 300,000 revenue per month.
200 to 300,000, okay.
Yeah, and they basically every single patch for that game was basically maintenance mode, pretty much the same as Dislyte right now.
But do they maintenance mode with new Esper? New unit? Oh, they do.
Yeah, new units, but no new content. Pretty much just recycled content every single time.
One last thing is, I think my assumption, I think one of the reasons why it's so empty currently is because the Transcendence system got revert.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with the Transcendence feature. I think it was a good idea to begin with, but I don't know, maybe they scrapped it all the way because people didn't like how they tried to do it Javheat. But I think the best way they can go about this is to implement that feature in a really hard PvE endgame that again is not time gated, right? So you have all the time in the world to clear the content for you to get the new Transcendence feature unlocked or something.
Yeah, probably it's a very good opportunity for them to release a new game mode or bosses probably that drops the material for us to transcend it. Yeah, I don't know why they want to waste all those bosses that they design. Like the Lost Sand Eagle, it only appeared once. The Lost Sand event, the Torch Dragon appeared once. Such good design with some new mechanic, but they don't really use it. I don't know why. Why they want to waste it?
Yeah.
Like the Autopus, if they actually put it into Versatile Fantasy, it's actually gonna be interesting. Max HP Esper will shine.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, but I don't get it sometimes, like why they just want to waste the opportunity when they have the asset made, but for event only.
Last point, what do you think of Dislyte having collabs?
Oh, collapse, right. Yeah, I have no idea. Like, why other IP inside under their company gets collab, but Dislyte don't get collab at all.
I think it's because Dislyte is not popping off as much as the other IPs. We have AFK Arena that's been around for, I think, 6+ years at this point.
Yeah.
So collab is pretty frequent there. And then we have AFK Journey. I think AFK Journey is also having collabs because they made like millions of...
But they have the collab before the official launch.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they plan. Because one of the Taiwan fair thing, they did announce like, oh, AFK Journey is official launch global, and then upcoming in the roadmap plan, there's going to be a 2 collab in the future. So one of it is Fairy Tail, which is already out, and then there's one upcoming soon, but no idea what is it. But it's already planned before they even official launch it. Yeah, so for Dislyte collab, we do have Markiplier and the other VN singer. That kind of collab.
Markiplier, not even a playable character, he's a DJ.
They did give us a frame, the mustache frame.
You can't even play him, he's not even in the game anymore, you can't even use him as a DJ anymore. That's sad.
Yeah, like again, wasted asset, right?
Yeah, but I think Markiplier is has collab for all of the 3 games they have.
Yeah, they. I think Lily really like him to keep collab with him.
But imagine if Dislyte has Naruto as Ninetale.
Whoa!
So I think people would just play the game because of this collab. That would be so hype, man. The problem is with Dislyte, it's pretty hard to collab with other IPs because the game is based off gods, right? And you can't really just slap in a god to another IP.
Like if they can introduce multiverse. like
yeah,
Gilgamesh, like Fatima is so useless here. Why don't we just introduce the male version of Gilgamesh here?
Yeah.
How long do you think you will play the game at this state if they don't change anything? Just new Esper event. You can clear all the daily within like a few minutes. We can clear the daily within a 10 minute, no problem.
I'll play the game until the game EOS, or maybe if I get hooked to 7 Deadly Sins Origins coming up pretty soon, then I might just quit the game then. But if not, then I'm gonna stick to the game with until EOS, probably.
But because EOS and it's just playing, but not content making, right?
Yeah. Because this game doesn't require that much maintenance. Like you said, the daily takes like 10 minutes or less.
Yeah.
The biggest amount of time that it takes for you to do dailies is just to reroll for stamina.
Yes, the multi stamina takes so much time.
Yeah. At this point, I don't even reroll for purple stamina. I just reroll for blue stamina because I couldn't be bothered anymore.
Oh yeah, one of the things is like the stamina. Last time I still refreshed stamina. I refused stamina. Now I'm like, I don't know what am I grinding the relic for. I like no point for me to grind. Like last time I would still have the passion to like, please give me a penta, give me a crit damage ring, or give me a speed boot that is actually very good stuff. And for now I'm like, I already hit like the end game, and then I have no stuff for me to clear or something to push. Then why am I still grinding? I think that's the point. Makes me personally, for me, I think I'm bored down because I am able to clear every single thing, even including high score push as well. Then now it makes me wonder that why am I still grinding the relic when I can actually do every single thing now?
Yeah.
You have the same feeling?
Yeah, same. So it's pointless to grind relics when the quote-unquote PvP game modes don't even use your relics that you grind, right? It uses rival runes.
Yeah.
The only PvE content that uses your own relics is going to be RTA, which right now is bugged out, and Point War. That's it. So for PvP, it's almost pointless for you to farm out relics. And for PvE, like you said, once you can clear it and you get a pretty good score, there's no real incentive for you to improve anymore.
Yeah, probably because I don't know, because probably I played the game for 3 years, like cause both of us like play the game for so long. Unlike the other newbie or the player that just joined the game or probably in mid game, they still have the passion to have target to aim. They still have the new content for them to explore, but for us it's actually empty, bought out.
Yeah, but here's
Yeah.
the problem though. New players, even if they grind out the relics, they are locked out of the PvE contents. Yeah, you can't enter Ritual Miracle anymore as a new player. You cannot compete anymore in the shadow bosses because if you don't have R4 Meta Era, you are almost locked out of 2 of the bosses. And if you don't have, at this point, if you don't have Tetsuya for Shadow Gale, then you also cannot compete, right? So
Yeah.
Again, it's kind of pointless for even new players to try and go further to improve their score rather than just clearing it for the first time or something like that.
How about new server?
I think
I think one of the problems solved by other games is massive
Yeah, they
amount of
have-
server. Yeah.
if you look at AFK Arena, they have like 800 servers or something.
Yeah, that's the way they solve this thing of leaderboard thing.
Yeah.
This reminds me of one thing. I think why they don't change the leaderboard is because the game is also tied to CN. CN have a lot of server. They release server pretty frequently, so every server have their specific PvE leaderboard. So they don't have two massive problem about the point that we point out, which is the new player coming into, let's say they join server 2, they want to play with friends, or they join server 6 or 7, which is already released for 1 year plus. Then they have issue with the lock thing for the PvE because we hit like 3 turn, 4 turn. But for them in CN, if they want to play a new account, they can just join a new server. Then there's not too much of an issue for that part in terms of new player coming and the leaderboard got locked up. That's the thing I remember.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But me personally, I don't like when a game just starts spamming out servers, because once if a server dies, they would just merge with other servers and it becomes so hectic. Dislyte did the same thing when the honor server, which I think you are also in the honor server, right? The honor server was completely died out when you wanted to queue up for RTA. It would take you like 10 to 20 minutes to get one match. So people were begging to merge, but because the other server was a new server, the merge would be unethical because then you would put in old players against new players. A lot of this stuff happens if the game starts spamming servers, which again is I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I'm pretty happy with the global Dislyte. They actually only have a few server.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. Just that probably when anniversary they should actually open a new server, but they didn't. I thought anniversary they open a new server to attract new player to join server 8, but they didn't do that. I don't know how I actually play this game for so long. Like even in the maintenance mode, I just lock in. I just want to summon the Esper. For me, it's a collection game. And then I make like
this
testing.
one is just a collection game.
Yeah, this one is a collection game. I think all the PvP enjoyer already don't play the game, or probably PvE soon. If they don't release new PvE content. I hope they do something. I hope they do. Because in terms of design wise, as I always say, Dislyte design is actually very, very good compared with other usual gacha game outside there. There is all just waifu or big booba, all these things. I think Dislyte is actually a fresh design compared to the others. Yeah. I really don't want it to die, but hope it won't go EOS.
Yeah.
Right, so thank you Ggez for coming by and we have this talk. I hope the devs actually will consider watching this video and listen stuff of the point and do something before probably 2 of us also just stop. I think, at least from my knowledge, the current content creators only left me and you. If we don't consider like the Taiwan content creator or China content creator, at least in English one, I think it's only left me and you.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me, but like you said, I think back then we had like over 10 content creators. We had obviously Daddy Free to Play.
Yeah.
We had also Zox, we had Kovian, all of which, you know, one by one they left the game. But now it's just two of us, and maybe by the end of the year, who knows? Maybe there's 0 left. I don't know.
Let's see.
But,
Let's see how they're gonna go.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully they do something about the game. They can't just keep up churning maintenance mode patch. That way the game is not gonna grow. The revenue is just going to completely die down, and then at that point they won't have any revenue to revamp the game or anything, and it would be a point of no return for the game.
Yeah, it probably even not even new Esper, probably just like maintenance with events. Right, thank you. Thanks for coming by and share your thoughts as well. And so yeah, if you guys have any comments or suggestion or your thoughts, you can feel free to comment down as well. Hopefully they will actually listen to the suggestion or feedback we discussed and they will do something, hopefully. Alright, thank you Ggez.
Alright, ciao.
Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is Transcendence, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwaltz, Rimu, Chani, Antonio Winterspoon, First Law, D&D, thank you so much for your support. And special thanks to the Super Thanks MVP, HMZ Riggs, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest 10. Thank you so much for Code Wardeners, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Chani. Thank you so much for your support.